Testing, testing. Alright, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Codebreaker00X, and I am back here with a Madden live stream. We are here in Season 3 of the Madden 19 franchise mode of the Cincinnati Bengals. As you guys know, I'm a big Cincinnati Bengals fan, and we were so close of winning the Super Bowl. I don't know why they didn't double team Aaron Donald on that last possession there. I feel like if they would have double teamed him and we was able to get the ball off in time, we had a good chance of winning that game. And then they should have had Joe Mixon in besides Pyramid. Pyramid's a good running back, but Mixon I think would have got that. He would have fought hard for that. But we'll be back next year. We surprised a lot of teams, and I'm proud of my Who Dey baby all day. But let's go ahead and get to this Madden. We are the defending Super Bowl champions in Madden 19, Season 3. We beat the Vikings. If you guys did not catch that live stream, we beat the Vikings 36-6. We destroyed them. It was bad. I uploaded a video a couple days ago of me playing the Chiefs. As you guys can see, it's 44-41. But I kind of left a description on what happened. It was a really good close game. One in a nail biter there against the Chiefs. And start off 1-0. Let's take a quick look at the team. So we need to fix the O-line. Our offensive line is decent, but we have all our weapons. We have all of our weapons. Our fullback is really good, actually. I like our fullback a lot. I think we're going to be using the fullback a lot. Our is really solid. Transfer. We do the scouting. Just CAA 13. Transfer. I'll try to get. Excuse me. Try to keep you guys posted and updated on teams of what's going on in that college season. I was trying to find NCAA 14, but I can't find it. I would like to start streaming, but I have to find or give me a new Elgato and streaming dock and all that stuff and set it up, because that's been really fun to play. But anyways, this is very first. Go ahead and do that on stream. We are 1-0. We beat the Chiefs. We can check out the box score. At Kansas City, they dropped 24 points, but we were able to just hold them off. Andy Dalton didn't have his best performance, and Patrick Mahomes was just Patrick Mahomes. Rushing was our leading rusher with yardage wise, 4 carries for 88 yards. Mixon had 15 carries for 56. Kareem Hunt was doing his thing. Mahomes had 5 for 25. So yeah, pretty attack. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, those guys had big games. Uzma, Ross, AJ. There was some really would have recorded. This is our schedule. So you guys let me know in the comment section below what you think our record will be at the end of this year. Who will be our toughest matchup week 7 bye, which is a pretty good bye week. I'll take it. But all right, let's go ahead and hop into this game. And let's see if we get this dub. And we're on prime time as well, Monday night. Gotta love it. Eating cherry cordial ice cream. It's the best. Hopefully everybody's Valentine's Day was great. I think it's going to be the impact player of the game, offensively and defensively. To me, it has to be Dalton. He has to have a better performance.
Cooking. It's the coach. This is the 2021 season on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Dalvin Cook. He's back and coming off a big game a weekend ago, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Dalvin Cook went bananas. All right, so definitely got to contain Cook as we'll receive the ball in the second half.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no
both teams are 1-0.
This will be a touchback and
Anybody
it goes out to the 25-yard
be 1-1 at the end of this
one. The Viking offense making their way out. Leading them out is their 6'2 quarterback who was a 4th-round pick back in 2012.
Kirk Cousins went 16 of 28 to 23 yards. No TDs and no interceptions, though.
He was underrated coming out of college.
So pretty decent performance so far from him. So we're going to come out and stack the box.
Or throwing from within the confines of it.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
As they're probably going to try to spread us out just a little bit so we don't have to clog up.
On second down, Cook. And that
good
blown up quickly,
hit.
as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Jeez, I mispronounced that so bad.
Has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to
gets
us.
the first, though.
These pants make me look fat, and we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
huge weapon for them.
Those are the numbers from Rudolph from last week's game. 6 catches,
right now they're moving the ball pretty effectively.
Yards. And what we just saw there was exactly what they need against this defense. Big plays. They were able to pick up a first down on that one.
Cousins on first down. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph.
Tackle.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To the air again, it's Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
I was trying to hurry up and send a hard flat over there.
Loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football.
Oh, we read it. We read it. We couldn't get there. Come on, man.
Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the
They're moving the ball so effectively against us right now.
Math, I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive.
Oh, we're there. Let's go.
Down he goes. Carl Lawson. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
No, we're sending the heat.
Result? Quarterback gets hit.
It's going to be one-on-one coverage everywhere. So we need our guys to get in there.
Oh, is incomplete.
Collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right? When you want 3.
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it'll be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a first down, but you want 3. Get a little bit closer, making an easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense, and they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe have an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
A day 1 starter his rookie year. He also won a whole lot of games as well. First 5 years, the Bengals went to the playoffs each and every year. Continues to evolve as a quarterback, learning how to work around a running game, an offensive line, and receivers that continue to develop.
So we're going to come out shot.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Spread them out.
Now the first carry for Giovanni Bernard. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink.
Like he wants to have a very good season.
Talking about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
They're ready for that.
No gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of their defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
Second down, Dalton. And caught, right side, Green. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
The numbers for Mixon last week: 15 carries, 66 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
It's second down. Dalton looking. Now he steps away. And eventually taken down here.
They have that all covered.
Downfield. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw.
Got him.
That's complete to John Ross.
Let's go.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys gonna come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
To throw on second down. Dalton on the screen. Bernard. And he's going to be
you got to get out there and block, man.
The final play of this
you got to get out
first quarter.
Okay.
So we played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
Touchdown.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton.
Oh my goodness, they were sending the deep.
Up around the waist and pushed down. Eric Kendricks coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's like you're going negative on me, partner.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go to man here.
2nd down, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
Let's go, we got it.
Grab it, and they will
Come
take
on.
over at the 26-yard line.
Big defense. Big
With no
stop.
running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They caught the ball free in the backfield.
Look at the block. Let's go. Let's go.
Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals are in for 6.
Look at Dalton with the block. Yeah, lay down. He comes away with the block.
Well resulted in a touchdown.
And it's hard for defenses because they don't see it very often, so the time in preparing each week is probably minimal. So when it comes at them, it's often a surprise. And what a nice job on the read. Pitch to the running back, and he takes it all the way in for a touchdown.
Good stuff.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
You'd love to see it.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Makes the effort to block, even though he gets laid out.
And it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Maybe that's the way to go.
Not only the turnover, but
They're
that
eating
turned
zone
into
for
6
the lap.
points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession,
we're shutting
pump the
down.
ball away, get
See,
yourself
our
set
front
to play
four's so
defense.
good
Every
that we don't
turnover,
have to
it changes
send
momentum,
the
and when they
blitz.
take it
Like,
down
it's nice to
punch
switch
it
it
in
up,
on you,
but we don't
that's a
have
bad
to. We
possession
can just
all
make
the
it
way
up. We
around.
don't have
You're
to
hungry
put
to get
something.
back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Because Dalvin Cook is eventually going to get his.
You couldn't be more confident.
We just
got to
be able to
and guess what? You
contain
go
him.
back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man is still and it's complete.
That was a great ball
A big
placement.
3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
You used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Come on.
Play action now. Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
We're expecting the...
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They run the counter with Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible to something a little more advantageous.
Let's go.
Pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Dalton, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Left side complete to Ross. Look at the spin. And he will take it on in for a Bengal. First touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went
Clip that.
all the way into the end zone.
But dude, look at this time. I can't go back. Okay. So look how much time. Now, the animation. Number 50 right there. If I would have stood right in that pocket, the grab animation would have sucked me in, and I wouldn't have been able to leave the. So that's why I'm back. I mean, 50 is getting killed. So luckily they double, and we just move within the pocket. Move within the pocket. Don't panic. I don't know what number 97 is doing. He could be applying pressure. Would have forced me to step up or move around because number 42 is coming. But he must have just been playing QB spy or QB contain. Yeah, he just must have been playing QB contain. Because, I mean, they have everything locked up for the most part. Yes, QB contain. A little bit of patience. I mean, I honestly had A. Green and Ross wide open. They got both their guys beat. I just feel like more space. Alter the races from there.
is to go for one and kick the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3.
Patience in the pocket there.
And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back
game
here.
in Chicago, Seattle.
Back, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's Kirk Cousins now, the centerpiece of our player spotlight. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so
seemed
far
to work last time.
contest.
Caught him off guard. Unless they run here. Yeah, they're getting back to the run. No play. Oh, no, they do run. Good time for that.
Before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
2.8 carries.
Take some solid runs and some extra special
yards per
ones
carry
to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Little play action. You don't fall for it.
His throw incomplete.
He had time.
He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's second down. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you
had
just
the
dialed
time.
up on your play sheet and come back to it, because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Here now is second and 10 again from the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Now, question.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
I like this play, bro.
From the gun, here's Cousins.
Oh, dude.
And taking it across
ain't bad because we had the middle field covered.
The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field. So you put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Cousins now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. On play action, Cousins.
Dude, everybody gets ball. Oh, my goodness. He was wide open. Dude, how did everybody get picked up?
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Dude, that blitz was there. I don't know how they contained that.
2nd and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7.
All right.
Working
out
of the gun.
There.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. Well, he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
The kick by Carlson is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them special.
And all those
50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dalton flushed out right. That's complete. Bernard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Dalton once more. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And Eifert has it. So 1:56 to play in this 1st half. More from Minneapolis after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals add on to their lead. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook in the offense heading back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now Cousins. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Dalton here from the gun. And he fires one, but incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. It's taken to the 26. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete right around the 8. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now Cousins. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and goal for Cousins. Throwing for his line back, and he's got him complete. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Carlson able to put this one through. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25. First here to begin quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 17. Here's Dalton. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
They run it again with Cook. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing. Job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play fake. Cousins.
Almost picked off.
Incomplete. The linebacker Preston Brown there to knock that one away.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Cousins now. Caught on the right side by
How does he hold on to that?
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's a 3rd-round pick, not rounds 1 or 2, but this franchise, they think he can be something with time.
There were a few teams that thought he would go in the 1st round, late in the 1st round. He ends up sliding to the 3rd. So a lot of teams think now maybe this group got a steal. They've got a chance to have a really good player here if he can develop.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Again, it's Cook.
Let's go. Good way to contain that.
The 18. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he couldn't hang on to it through contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it
gets that. We're talking about a different ball game right now.
The field makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The kick by Carlson is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. Another 3 on the board. He's been the lone bright spot. That's now 4 field goals.
If this offense had finished a few drives, we'd be looking at a different complexion to this ball game, because right now, the trade is really wrong for them, isn't it? They're trading field goals while the other team's scoring touchdowns. That's not going to work.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And Green with a catch left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. First and 10 for Dalton. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack.
I feel like I had AJ, but I wanted Burn.
They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Dalton on the draw to mix
too much.
He'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Sheldon Richardson
gotta get the run game going again.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 16. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Gets it to his running back.
Let's go. Let's go.
A big third down play there for the Bengals. 44 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back to the 29. Eric Kendricks in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Dude, Adam, we needed maybe if I did that soon.
Everson Griffin in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first down throw for Cousins. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Lets it fly for Thielen. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Very nice. Good defensive play.
This is taken at about the 14.
One too many spins.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession 10. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. It's second down. Dalton looking. Finds a seam inside the 40. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Green. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game. And he's got a first down. Mixon with a first down carry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth.
So will they buy that we're taking off with Dalton? Yes, they are.
Second down, right side. And he'll be taken down
We can't get the first, though.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward of him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away.
Because a touchdown, they're right back in it.
And you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So maybe we'll play a little bit of zone here.
Drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time? Hopefully with a chance to
he hits his lineman in the back. That part didn't feel good for the lineman. He might do a halfback draw.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten
man
much
up is in
better.
the blitz,
all
though.
that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive.
He fumbled. Let's go.
The dice, it doesn't pan out. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Freaking love it.
Wow.
Let's
that ball
go.
is knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. almost like it's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
This will be caught inside the 10.
Good
And he's
catch.
brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed
big
out to
hit.
me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Here's a run with Mixon, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Well, this game's should be done. I mean, a touchdown here will put them in a better position if they hurry up and score. But
And
man, they
his
have to
kick
move
is
quick.
good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's Kirk Cousins now, the centerpiece of our player spotlight. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops?
Yeah, but
Maybe they do
Dalton's
something
been
different with
getting
their
hit
pass
too.
blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that
Good
video and those 4
hit.
sacks that they've seen so far. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Oh, man. Fontaine's Burvis is jumping in the air.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And past the 30 down to about the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
You say that with accusatory tones. But you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender,
so Joe Mixon still can't get over 100 yards.
4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Running game working.
Oh my goodness,
first
dude.
down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Flush to his right. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Jabbed the ref.
He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Throwing is Cousins.
Perfect once again.
At the 32-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On the give, this is their fullback. And room there.
Fullback hustling, busting.
Yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Excuse me.
They'll go option to the short side. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield.
Okay, well, we got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
So we got this game locked.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A give to the fullback on the down.
That's the first. That's game, set, and match.
First before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on third down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback. And he slipped through and picked
if
up
you
a
guys
first
watched
down.
the Super Bowl against Minnesota, we literally just forced Kirk Cousins to pass. Our front four contained Dalvin Cook. We were, that was literally the game plan, force Kirk Cousins to beat us.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
We needed to.
It's Everson Griffin who
Gave
made
them
the
different
tackle.
looks, just like we did
they're
now. I mean,
establishing a
nothing
pretty good
changed.
pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good
So
shape.
even if we don't pick up the first here, that's going to be ball game. So we will be moving on 2-0 on the season. That's yet to be up, but the defense has played very, very well. And when you have your front four that's really good, you don't have to necessarily send the blitz to really get in. That helps your team out a lot.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And they'll go backwards here,
man. He didn't
losing
got that
yardage
block.
to the 14. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
But that's going to be it.
A road win in the National Football
Your
League.
Cincinnati
Charles,
Bengals
you
walk
never
away
take that for granted,
with
no matter who
the
you're playing,
dub.
No matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own
Came,
facility.
we saw,
No
we
one
conquered.
thinks we can do this. Only
That's
people
all
who
that
believe
mattered.
are right here in this room, and then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
101
So for
rushing yards,
Cincinnati,
7
it was a
yards
great
average per
all-around
play.
performance as they come
We
out
had
of
3
this one with the
takeaways,
victory.
even though
And
Dalton
another
did
road
get
date
sacked
awaits
about,
them
what,
next
6,
week
7
as their
times.
opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for
We
the
had no
Vikings,
turnovers,
they'll fall to 1-1.
and we were just smart with the
they'll
ball.
look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
70%
Alongside Charles
passer
Davis, we thank our
completion
entire crew.
rating.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Did you guys see the stats? 145.8 QB rating, 14 of 20, 1936. Here's the rushing. Receiving. Like I said, if you guys want to pause, I know some guys like to look at these stats of the players. But yeah, I mean, just great overall game by everybody. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a battle, and it ended up not being that way at all. I'm going to go with power here. It'll be a 69 overall on that. And we'll go ahead and advance the week as we play off against, what was it, the Chargers. We got scouting. We got the Chargers who are 2-0. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the live stream. I enjoyed streaming for you guys. Catch you back in the next video. Don't know if I'll live stream it or just upload it, but we'll see. Hopefully you guys have a good night. Your boy Coldbreaker00X out. Peace.